Hey, what's going on? Got a new amp. I wanted to kind of demo it, show you kind of what it sounds like. Cool. So I'll spend a lot of time just kind of playing through the sounds of it and playing with some backing tracks, and then I'll kind of give you an overview and give you kind of some close-ups of what it looks like. Sounds. Let me play with the backing track now for just a minute. Love the sound of this thing. It just has some great tones coming through it. The really nice speaker in there, it's a Celestion. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, it just sounds amazing. Sounds a lot better than a lot of amps I've ever played on before. Yeah, cool. So I'm running through kind of like a Boss effects pedal right now. I'll run kind of some direct into it right now, so you can kind of hear what just the amp sounds like by itself. Just a second. So it's a 2-channel amp, which means you can kind of have like one channel I have with kind of some distortion on it already. On it, and then a second channel that I have set up is one with it's kind of like a clean channel. Clean meaning it doesn't have much distortion on it, it just kind of has a nice clean sound to it. Channels seem to really just have a nice warm sound on it. Yeah, like I don't know if it's coming through on that end, but just when I hear it here, it just sounds amazing. Really like it. Cool. So next I'm going to give you kind of some close-up views of this thing. Right, so it is a decent sized amp. Weighs about 50 pounds. So it's no joke carrying it around. And a decent size. You know, one of the things that I saw, all the things that showed this, I was wondering if this was permanently attached. It's not. You can take this thing right off. Yeah. So you can take that right off without any screws or anything. But it just kind of gives you some kind of setup, so you can kind of set it up in a way of some sounds that they like best. which is nice. So I went through kind of like their 4 main sounds and just kind of like listened to them. And I picked out my kind of 2 favorite, one kind of a clean channel, one kind of a distorted channel. And I put them on A and B, and then separate controls for each one. Let's see, some nice things. This one kind of, the pentode and triode, it makes it so it either kind of sounds louder and more modern with the pentode, or kind of like more vintage with the triode. So I kind of like the more modern sound. Class AB and Class A. This is kind of a nice thing where it runs either at like 25 watts, or if it runs at I think 10 or 15, something like that. So really, I had it all on the lower setting, which gives you some nice sound even at some kind of a little bit lower volumes, but it's still loud. You know, I wanted something that would keep up with drums, and this thing will definitely keep up with drums, which I like. But at the same time, one of the reasons why I didn't want one that had like 100 watts or something like that is to really get some of your best tones, you really have to crank an amp. And if you're really cranking a 100-watt amp, it is just so intensely loud, more than what you really ever need. So really I wanted something that had great sound at a little bit lower volumes, but at the same time it could get some pretty loud volumes as well. So that's cool. Let me show you the back of it. So one of the cool things, the main one that I really use, is this L6 link. When you're connecting a Pod HD foot controller to it, it's nice. It just plugs in through like a regular like microphone cable, just a regular one, and then that's the only link that you have to put in. You don't have to go into the input as well. You just put it right from the Pod HD through with a microphone cable into there, and it's neat how they link together. I got a Pod HD as well, just because I wanted to see. I got a 400 model. What it sounded like, and it sounds amazing. The reason why I was using a Boss Effects pedal